Welcome back to the Goodbye Paul Hello Rich show. Bang. 2025 is here. It feels like it's always been here, doesn't it? Christmas is a distant memory. It's gone. And all of a sudden, I should imagine now this is probably everybody's second day back at work, and it feels like you've been there your whole life because, let's face it, you have. But hopes and dreams for 2025 are a real thing, and you are smashing your way towards the end of the year, and you know exactly where you want to be by the end of the year, right? Right. Well, I'll tell you what, let's rewind a bit and we'll start breaking this down a bit more, shall we? First of all, our sponsors, Seller Amp SaaS, continue to sponsor the show, continue to support what I'm doing, and I couldn't be happier. It is hands down the best bit of sourcing analysis software on the market for your Amazon selling journey. If you're getting going with retail arbitrage, there is nothing better than having that app on your phone, giving you all of the data you would need to know whether something you think might turn a profit will actually do so. And if you're going online and doing your bargain hunting on there, the online tool does exactly the same thing. So you leave no stone unturned, and Seller Amp SaaS is the tool that helps you find profitable products. So let's talk about the year. All right, I have no doubt that over Christmas you did nothing but keep an eye on the podcast channels to make sure you didn't miss an episode of mine that popped up. Oh, who am I kidding? But the one I did last week on goal setting, I felt like it was an important one. So if you haven't listened to that, I do recommend you go back and listen to that. It's really, really, really important. We're not talking New Year's resolutions. Let's face it. New Year's resolutions tend to go down the toilet around about February. We're talking goal setting for the end of the year, and we're talking specifics. Not just the actual numbers in terms of specificity, that word, but also how emotional you are about that particular goal, how weighted it is in you. Because a New Year's resolution is something that you fail every year. Something that I fail every year, certainly. Bloody hell, look, otherwise I'd be a supermodel by now and about 6 stone. It doesn't work that way. You need to actually break down your path to that goal. You do not set out in your car from Brighton to Aberdeen without plugging it into a map, do you? And all that map does is show you the road that you're on at that particular time, that mile, that section, that county, and you break it down bit by bit by bit in order to achieve your objective of getting to Aberdeen. This is no different. And the irony is that you already know this. You're not stupid people, are you? Come on, I mean, you figured out how to work out a podcast, for God's sake. It's important, though, that you take this seriously. So where do you want to be at the end of 2025? How much money are you going to be bringing in? Are you aiming on quitting your job? Let's go that one, right? You're aiming on quitting your job. Perfectly fine goal. In fact, it's a fantastic goal. How much does your job bring in every month? Profit. Then include the benefits that you get as part of your job. Are you putting into a pension? What other benefits are you getting? Sick pay, annual leave, death in service, health insurance, loads of other perks, gym membership. Add all of those together. Add them all up. And then think about the business that you're going to generate. Can you afford to take that amount, let's call it £5,000, can you take £5,000 every month out of your business without it affecting your cash flow too much? Chances are no. And that's all right. But these are the details you need to be prepared for, because otherwise, if you say, I want to quit my job, and you don't write down these numbers, it might not work, and then you're disheartened, and then you give up, and then you throw in the towel, and that's the end of that. You never will quit your job. So if you want to do it, and you want to be serious about it, you plug that number in. And then you think to yourself, right, how long do I need to get that? Am I doing compounding interest? Figure it out, calculate it. Google compounding interest calculator, they're everywhere. Get one of those in place. How much money do you need to make per month? How much growth do you need per month as a percentage in order to get that? Then you've got a monthly target. And then you also know what's realistic, don't you? What if you want to achieve your goal of quitting your job by the end of the year, but when you break it down, you actually need to make £2,000 in your first month? It's not going to happen. So then we extend our goal. By the end of this year, what you want to do is be 60% towards your goal of quitting your job. Look, there was a reason my challenge was 2 years long. It was calculated. From the start, it was calculated at just exactly how long I would need, how much growth I would need, what percentage of my compounded interest I would need. And that's just the goal of quitting your job. What other goals have you got? Is it a weight loss thing? I'm trying to lose weight. I know I need to lose 1 kilo a week in order to get to my goal by the end of 3 months. Because just my family situation, so after March, everything goes a bit nuts. So the first 3 months of the year are my best opportunity to go off radar, off grid, and actually make a dent on this thing. But you also need to plan for the unexpected. And I don't think enough is said about this. Everyone has rigid goals and you have rigid business plans and you say, well, I'm doing that, I'm doing that, I'm doing it. That business model is the one for me, I'm doing this, this and this. But what if something comes down the track that blows it all out of the water? And this is a tricky one because you won't know at the time. And at the same point, if you're working on something that's going well, how much time are you going to waste on something that's worth exploring? Only you know the answer to this. But you need to be open enough that you can be flexible and pivot if you need to pivot. And I can't tell you how to do that because only you know that. But I can give you an example. Last year, I was working towards Amazon FBA the same way I always was. We were building our bundles. We were building our private label business. Everything was chundering along on the Amazon business. At the same point, the podcast was growing and we had various communities in play. I reached out to someone and said, do you want to come on the podcast? Bang. It flipped. And within 3 months, I'm a TikTok guy. An experienced TikTok guy as well. That works in TikTok Shop and TikTok Affiliate. And now we've pulled on that thread. And 2025 is shaping up to be TikTok as much as Amazon. When 6 months ago, it wasn't even on the radar. You see what I'm saying? You know which opportunities are worth it. You know which opportunities tug at your heartstrings, pique your interest, play into your skill set. But you do need to be aware that these opportunities are going to come down the line because as you build your business, as you get better and better and stronger, people are going to notice you. They're going to take notice and you're going to be offered opportunities. And you're basically a football player in a transfer window. You are. And you've got to be okay saying no to people. I found that hard. I found that really hard. Because there's a part of you that's so enamoured with the fact that somebody could even dare to say, we like you, do you want to come work with us? It's humbling. It's flattering. And to say no to these people, it feels like an opportunity missed, no matter who you say no to. But it's really important that your periphery is open. I say this all the time. Look down your street and look at the red cars. What you're not doing is noticing the blue ones. Next time you look at the street and someone says, look at the red cars, just take in the whole scene. Because there are opportunities staring you in the face that you're not paying attention to. I can guarantee you that. So this is where we're at for 2025. It's exciting, right? It's exciting. One of the things that I want to do, I want to do public speaking. I want to go out there. I want to start hosting my own events. I put the feelers out towards the end of last year in my Facebook group and on my Instagram stories to say who would fancy coming down to Brighton if I was to hold an event. The numbers were overwhelmingly yes. A couple of people said no, which I found weird. Why would you vote no? Wouldn't you just leave it? Wouldn't you? I know it's a poll, but people have got out of their way to push the no button. Cheers. Cool, that was a stab to the heart, let me tell you. Anyway, the numbers were good enough that I know I can have a go at it. And I think I could host something fairly special too. I'm confident I can get in some really, really good people. I'm confident that I could offer more value in person than I can ever do behind this screen, behind this microphone. I know there are opportunities out there where I can help more people face-to-face, networking, build relationships, and get everyone a chance to meet everybody else because the communities that we've been building, they're so lovely, they're so welcoming, they're so altruistic. Wouldn't it be nice if everyone could meet each other? So that's on the radar. Watch this space on that one. The other thing I want to do this year, I want to give back. I want to give back. Yes, of course I'm out there to make money. If I don't make money, I'm going back to work, and I don't want to go back to work. I would like to show you guys more of what I do for free on my YouTube channel, on this podcast, on my TikToks. So no more gatekeeping on certain things. I don't care if I offend someone. Oh, you've given away a lead. Shut up. Go find another one. It's not about that. It's about the value that I can show people. And I want to help people with the education that I'm slowly dawning towards. Every day is a freaking school day in my world as the business owner. I feel like Harry Potter when he learns a new spell every single time. Today it dawned on me. Think about it. How many millionaires do you know that work for someone else? It just, light bulb went off in my head. You lot might have thought about this already, to be fair, but I hadn't. I was too busy floating along in my wave. You work for progression, don't you? You're in your job, promotion. Why? Because if you went and owned your own business and you put 5 years into that instead of 5 years into your career, you could earn more in that 5 years than you could ever working for someone else. Watch every program. Take away the lottery winners. I mean, let's face it, they spunk their money within 3 weeks anyway. But take away the lottery winners. Take away anyone that's inherited any money. But even the people that inherit the money, if they put it towards a business, they kick on, don't they? Every millionaire out there runs their own business. They do not work for anyone else. Oh, that was incredible. And I'll tell you what else has shocked me is the way we treat our own money. I won't ever save money in a bank ever again. I won't. Investments are everywhere. I went down this rabbit hole thinking, well, what's all this money about crypto? My mate Luke, he's just made £100,000 in crypto. Fair play to him. I had a look at it. It wasn't for me. Too volatile for me. But then the crypto thing went into trading, and the trading thing went into investments. Be very mindful. We're going to talk about this in depth this year. But investments and trading are not the same thing. But you can have a solid investment plan that you could save into for 5 to 10 years, and that will make you more money than any bank saving account would ever do. And you do it right, it can be tax free. You do it right, and inflation doesn't affect it. It's incredible. Incredible. This isn't financial advice. This is just me explaining the things that I've found out in the 3 weeks that I've been learning about financial institutions and money. And I'm a guy that worked in fraud for a long time. So if you haven't set your goal specifics yet, get cracking. Get cracking. That's your homework. And we can talk business planning as well. And I also want to talk about what guests we've got coming down the track on Thursday, because they are getting good. We are booking them in. I'm pretty much booked from now through to March with guests that are going to blow your mind in all walks of e-commerce, from reselling through to investing, through to social media content, through to general business stuff. Can't wait. Welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year. Let's go. Take care. Ta-da.